Hello, today we'll be looking at the evolution of the LEGO minifigure moulded tailpiece. We'll be covering more than 15 years of LEGO history, so let's get into it. In 2005, the very first moulded mermaid tailpiece was released in the Harry Potter theme with the set Rescue from the Merpeople. The tail was a straight tapered shape with simple grooves in the fin. The back is quite angular, forming a sort of triangle shape. It has a standard stud connection on the bottom to keep upright, and it towers when standing next to a standard minifigure. This remained the standard mermaid tailpiece for 6 years. In that time, it was used sparingly, only appearing again in the Pirates theme in 2009. Set 6243 Brickbeard's Bounty, where the figurehead for the ship was a mermaid, and the same figure was in the Pirates Advent calendar that year as well. Although this piece was retired, it made a brief reappearance in 2018 with the LEGO Batman movie CMF Series 2 figure with the Batman Mermaid. Our next tail mold debuted in 2011 with Whitecap Bay, a set based on the fourth Pirates of the Caribbean movie On Stranger Tides. This new piece had a curved tail, meaning that the mermaids would sit to be the same height as a regular minifigure. It once again has simple grooves to the fin and a standard stud connection at the bottom. Sirena and Tamara had a more defined V-line printed onto both the front and the back of the tail. This was so that the tail could be turned around and used for a more relaxed sitting pose. As of right now, this has been the most used mermaid piece that LEGO have used, appearing in 4 different collectible minifigure series. The most notable difference between these figures is the different colours that they were produced in and differential printing. The first from 2012, the Ocean King, in a sand green colour with shiny silver scales printed on the front and no back printing. The next year, in 2013, we got another named just the Mermaid. Her tail was in a light blue colour with more shiny silver scales, but this time printed in a bigger cluster in a V formation on the front rather than dispersed across the tail. Then in 2014, the very next year again, we got Marsha, Queen of the Mermaids, in the LEGO Movie CMF series. Her tail is a light purple lilac colour with purple and silver scales, and once again a lower cut V print to the waist. And then lastly, in 2016, as part of the Disney series, we got an Ariel figure from The Little Mermaid. Her tail is a darker green than Ocean King and Tamara have, with the fin of her tail printed in a lighter green colour. The lack of printing on her tail makes the seam line of this mold the most prominent of these figures. During this time, a new theme of Disney princess sets launched, with the same mini doll figures as the Friends line. In 2014, the small set Ariel's Amazing Treasures was released, with a brand new mermaid tailpiece for the Minidolls. This tail is a bit of a hybrid of the 2 minifigure pieces. Ariel stands upright to the same height as other Minidolls, but her tail curls a little so that she's not standing on her fin. The piece is hinged so Ariel can bend at the waist, something that the minifigure tails do not allow for, and has a single standard stud connection on the bottom. In 2015, another Little Mermaid set, Ariel's Undersea Palace, was released. This set has the same Ariel figure in it, but it also comes with Alana, one of Ariel's 6 sisters. Her figure has the same tail mold, but in pink, with the fin printed in a lighter shade of pink. A second and third variation of the mini doll tail came out in 2017 and 2019 respectively, where Ariel has some decorative swirls printed on her tail. Sticking with mini dolls, a line of storybook playsets with even minier mini dolls came out as a subcategory of the princess theme in 2020. Amongst the initial 4 that released was a Little Mermaid book, which came with an itty bitty teeny little tiny Ariel. The character's torso and legs, in this case tail, have been condensed down into one piece for these smaller figures, and Ariel's tail is a different, more teal-looking green colour than her other iterations. 2020 was a big year for LEGO Mermaids, because we also got a new piece in the Trolls theme. This tail, I think, is definitely the most distinctive so far. It's a beautiful translucent purple colour which blends into a pink fin and has a swooping curve inwards, which sets it apart from the other tails, which stick to the customary more square and blockish design of minifigures. Unlike all of the other tails that we have seen so far, the back of this piece is not solid plastic. Instead, we have a single rod within the exposed back, and everything else is hollowed in. I'm unsure why this is, but it was quite a surprise when I built the figure. It still has a standard 2-stud connection on the bottom, and can be used with any regular minifigure torso. And lastly, as of 2021, we were given an updated standard minifigure tail in the video theme. This new tail may just be my favourite tail piece that we've received from LEGO. It has a shape similar to the Disney Princess line, but the fin is far more detailed than any before it. The shape of it has more variation to it, and the grooves have a nice curve to them. The first figure to have this piece was the Candy Mermaid in a beatbox set. She is the first themed mermaid that we have gotten. Printed to look like her tail is an ice cream cone with ice cream dripping down it. A second use of this mold has just recently released, also under the video theme. The mermaid violinist has an aqua blue tail and has printing of rigging and mast tied around her waist like a belt to resemble a more piratey look. I believe that this new piece will become the new standard tail used in sets now. If the video theme continues, I think that we will expect to see it there again, and maybe in another CMF series, as we have so frequently seen with the 2011 piece. Although I am missing a few mermaids, they are definitely some of my favourite figures to collect, and I hope to see them utilised more in the future. And for some bonus, mostly Little Mermaid content that didn't make the cut for the video. In 2005, there was a mermaid castle in the Belleville theme. Belleville was similar to Friends, having doll-like characters rather than minifigures, but they were a lot bigger than the Friends Minidolls. These mermaids had fabric tails that slipped over the figures' legs. Before the Lego Disney theme, there was a Duplo theme, and in 2013 we got our first Ariel figure in the form of Duplo. With the 2016 Disney CMF series, we also got an Ursula figure, who is not a mermaid, but she is an aquatic sea-themed woman. And there was also an Ariel and Ursula Brickhead set released in 2018. We would like to make more evolution videos for our favourite LEGO figures, pieces and themes. And if there is anything that you would like to see, please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching!